Hello dear viewers, my name is Olga Bukowska and I'm an international student from Poland here at Brno University. I'm currently at my second year of college, my major is psychology, and in the future I intend to specialize in sports psychology. About sports psychology. Sports psychology, according to the APA, so American Psychology Association, focuses on using psychological knowledge and skills to address optimal performance and well-being of athletes. Issues taken care of by sports psychologists include, for example, conflicts within the team, between teammates, between coaches, goal-setting strategies, performance anxiety, as well as the lack of motivation. Interventions that are used in therapy are designed to assist athletes and other sport participants, for example, coaches, parents, and teammates. What is beautiful about sports psychology is the fact that it is not limited by age, levels of competition, and sports. It ranges from recreational youth participants to professional and Olympic athletes, and even master-level performers. I'm also a college-level swimmer, and I have been swimming for as long as I can remember. So I know and understand what struggles and obstacles athletes worldwide have in common. That gives me more insight into their situation and allows me to better understand how to help them. I chose this educational path to gain more experience and broaden my horizons within my passion, so sports psychology, especially swimming, as unfortunately, speaking from my experience, we do not have many possibilities to ask for this type of help in my home country. In my future, I would like to focus on sports psychology, which would include issues and techniques of sports-specific psychological assessment and mental skills training for performance enhancement and participation satisfaction, for example, working on long-term motivational improvement by implementing techniques like visualization and shifting or flourishing their growth and positive mindset regarding their training and practices. I would like to also include clinical counseling issues with athletes, for example, working with individual athletes on their performance anxiety, as well as solving conflicts between teammates. My involvement. Currently, I'm working on personal and team motivation based on the book Winning Isn't Normal by Dr. Keith Bell. I created personalized goal sheets for the swimming team and coach, which include several goals varying from long-term to short-term, as well as personal and primary goals, tips on how to improve your motivation, and goals you would be satisfied with to keep your motivation on the same level even when you could not achieve the primary goal. The sheets can be seen on the screen. My involvement regarding my educational path also involves being a member of the psychology club, commonly known as a Psy Club, volunteering in swimming lessons where I help athletes to improve themselves not only by correcting their technique in water, but also by working with their perception of sport and swimming, conducting research on the differences between internal motivation of individuals with long-term and short-term goals in individualistic sports. I would also like to include my self-education efforts that include reading books regarding sports psychology and of growth and positive mindset. Those would include, for example, Dr. Keith Bell, Winning Isn't Normal, Maurice Thibaud, Master Your Emotions, as well as Michael Phelps and Alan Abrahamson, No Limits, The Will to Succeed. The books can be seen on the screen. So hello Dr. Daughtry, could you tell us more about yourself and introduce yourself to us?
Well, I am Harry Daughtry. I have a doctorate in industrial and organizational psychology. I've been here at Brno for 20 years, and among the classes I teach is sports psychology.
Okay, so I invited you today to talk about the sports psychology you taught, and you're actually teaching as we're speaking. So you probably know and understand more about psychological help for athletes and like sports psychology in general than we do. So the first question I have for you is, could you explain what sports psychology is?
At its most basic, sports psychology is the application of psychological principles, concepts, and methodology to a sports setting. It really comes out to two types of approaches. There is the clinical, which is basically you get a PhD in clinical psychology.
Okay.
And then you work with athletes for things like anxiety, depression, especially depression after the end of the career because their identity was wrapped into their profession,
Yeah.
or working with them with substance abuse or for either performance enhancing drugs and often painkillers when they get addicted to them during an injury.
Oh.
The other half is more education focused, where you would be working with them with motivation approaches, imagery, and things like that to help enhance their
Beyond.
performance.
Yeah. Okay, so when we're talking about the second time, what techniques do you know and which are most effective in your opinion?
My opinion is always going to be pulled from the literature.
It's fine.
As it should be. The ones with the best support is goal setting as a motivating technique, and the PEDLEP model of imagery.
Oh, so can we apply those techniques in our daily lives?
Absolutely. Goal setting can be used anywhere. It grew actually out of business before it showed up in education and in sports psychology.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But that's
Peter
fascinating.
Drucker, if you want to research, is the one who really got it going. And it was, at that point in time, instead of goal setting, it was called management by objectives.
Oh, okay. So that's just change of name, basically. That's amazing because the only I know it's by Lux and Latham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of took Drucker's work
Work.
and then applied rigorous research to it.
Makes sense. So, would you recommend using a sports psychologist help for athletes and even for normal people, let's say?
One half of sports psychology is really exercise psychology, and generally it's referred to as sports and exercise psychology. For normal people, getting an exercise program and mainly adherence to an exercise program is where a psychologist could help them. For any athlete, absolutely. What John Smoltz, local people will know him. He's a Hall of Fame pitcher for the Atlanta Braves. He credits the sports psychologist he started seeing early in his career with a big part of his success.
Okay, that would be all. Thank you
That's
so
it.
much for your insight and thank you for your time.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much for your time and attention. Here you can find the sources I used for this project. If you want to take a closer look at them, please stop the video. Once more, thank you so much, and I hope you will have a great day.